Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Danae, and I'm out here in nature at the park with my son. And I just got finished hugging this big tree right here, one of my ancestors. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to sit here and do a reading, and let's see where the energy leads us. My son's around here running around, so if you hear anything crazy, that's him. We got the judgment card under the deck. Decisions, big decisions being made, judgments being called. And Mother Nature, please don't attack me out here with these bugs and ants before I can finish this reading. Please and thank you. Isn't this a beautiful essence here? Like, are you feeling this vibe? I hope you are. It's like my favorite tree. Whenever I come to this park, I immediately just run up and hug it because it just feels like a big old grandfather tree. You see the eyes here. It's one here, and then there's two up top that I don't think you can see quite as well. Oh, it's one here and one on the other side there, and there's one big one up top, which is so symbolic for our three eyes, isn't it? But anyway, I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. I'm just doing a quick little shuffle. I shuffled these cards already, but just to get some fresh energy while I'm at it. All right, let's see. Oh, World card under the deck. Love it. New cycles beginning. Let's see what we got here. A whole new world. A dazzling place I never knew. What is it? But now from way up here, it's crystal clear. Now I'm in a whole new world with you. I just left the doctor's office and it was like Disney mania in there. They were playing The Little Mermaid, then The Lion King. So that's why I'm all Disneyed out right now. I'm not gonna take those. Say hi.
I just got my teeth filled in at the dentist today.
Yeah, he had to get a filling today, which was a surprise because I thought we were coming for one thing, but the last technician gave me the wrong information and it was actually for a filling. So I was like all distraught because I hadn't prepared him for it. You know, I don't know what that means energetically, but maybe it means something to you. All right, let's see. That's the Eight of Wands. How fitting. They look like tree branches, and we're sitting up under this tree here. This is fast communication coming in swiftly, maybe some quick action. And then we have the Five of Swords underneath the deck, which is mostly about hidden enemies. So maybe fast communication or an overflow of communication coming through about enemies that have been unbeknownst to you. Stop, don't distract me if you're gonna be here. And then we got the World card under the deck again. But just some revelations coming to light. Let's see, what are these two? Yeah, look, we got the King of Swords, and then we got the Seven of Pentacles, which is about investments. Let's see what else comes up. And then we got the Ten of Swords here. So that tells me right there, I was going to give it the benefit of the doubt.
The swords, wow.
Yeah, I was going to give it the benefit of the doubt, and the ants are crawling on my cards.
Well,
But,
they're actually my cards because
sir, you are not going to come over here and disrupt my whole reading. Go play,
you
because
leave
when I'm done, we're leaving, so go play.
Oh shoot! I'm
Take your
finna be
drink
on.
with you.
I'm finna be on the swing, the slide. First location, the slide. Peace.
So that was the Seven of Pentacles, maybe unwise investments, perhaps in relationships that, or in situations in general that have been adversely opposed to your highest vibration. And right now, it's given masculine energy with this King of Swords and this Seven of Pentacles. But let's see what else we got here. And this Five of Swords again under the deck. Okay, so let's see. We got the Nine of Wands, who just keeps coming out. We got the Justice card, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is, this is about legacy, dynasty, destiny, justice for some. Yeah, it's about mismanagement of energy again. But what are we saying here? And why are we keep getting this message? It's funny how they're sitting up for me, but I know I couldn't make them sit up for you that way. So there's some poorly invested or unwisely invested energy from someone who should have known better. The King of Swords is somebody that is extremely smart, intelligent, and he is 100% capable of making wise choices, but yet he's looking back on his decisions in the Nine of Wands and seeing that and having some remorse or regret for the current position that he's in based on those investments that he's made. Because why? The Justice is here, and the Justice with this Eight of Wands on the top of the deck is like this revelation that I was saying in the beginning that's coming through, that's shedding light on perhaps how he's bring your hat over here, how not only how he's invested his energy, I also hear like how he's made his fortune. Let's see what's on there, because it hasn't been made in good faith, in good nature, with it hasn't been made in good intentions. It's been made at a win at every cost type, and a win at every cost type of energy, meaning that it's been at some detriment to others. Although the King of Swords is definitely known to be a fierce adversary, because he's determined, and he's very ambitious in his endeavors, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's also, Jay, don't do that. It's also about the intention behind those endeavors. If the intentions are poor, the outcome is poor. And even with this Ten of Pentacles here, with the Justice card right next to it, it's like, if you didn't make your money in the most high vibrational way, then even that Ten of Pentacles will feel like a burden, or feel like, yeah, put it in your pocket, feel like, poverty compared to, maybe that is it, compared to what you had to sacrifice or lose or surrender in order to get that. And then we got the King of Pentacles here.
The penny.
Okay. And heartbreak, yeah. Yep. Heartbreak at the bottom of the deck. It's like he did too much for too little. And it's like he got what he wanted. He got what he was after. Sometimes we can be too ambitious for our own good and not listen to the signs and signals of, the universe warning us of our blind ambitions. That's what I get, because the King of Swords is about vision as well. So being blindly ambitious and having so much tunnel vision toward a thing, i.e. Material wealth, or status, also with the King of Swords. The Kingpin with the King of Pentacles here is about, being the man, being the man of your estate. But at what cost? At the cost of heartbreak for you, heartbreak for others, perhaps. Why do we keep getting this energy? I know people are going through this. I mean, I can even relate to a lot of this, but this has not really been the vibration of my reading up until most recently. So I guess that's just what this fast, swift communication is. It's just coming out every which way. That's what the Eight of Wands is. It's like you can't contain the information. You can't contain the vibration. It's just pouring out of every orifice that, the spirit, because when you think about the Eight of Wands, it's coming from a divine space. And when, Judgment card, I think, was under the deck. When the spirit calls judgment, that's it. There's nothing you can do about it, And here was the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. signifying intuitive intelligence, psychic intel, also with the Eight of Wands. It's like when it's time for, when the Most High says, God, universe says, all is revealed and that veil is being lifted, there's nothing that any earthly human being can do to restrain it or contain it. And there's been a lot of energetic interference by way of intel, psychically, emotionally, intellectually even. A lot of information has been suppressed, has been hidden, moon card under the deck. And it's just like the universe is not letting up now. The Sun card and the Ace of Swords, there's time for divine clarity about all things, so that all things can be balanced, so you can no longer have an excuse. What's that saying when it comes to like driving? It's like ignorance is no excuse, something like that. Is no defense. Ignorance is no defense. Oh wow. Ignorance is no defense. So like if you get pulled over for violating a traffic law, you can't say, oh, I just didn't know, because by law we were all supposed to have passed the driving test. And when you've been given your license, it pretty much signifies that you've gone through the proper channels to be certified on the road. I guess same by the way of the spirit, and they say what God protects children and babies and fools, that old saying. Well, once we've reached a certain level of maturity and understanding and responsibility in our adulthood, we have an accountability for our actions. So you can't just say, oh, well, I didn't know. That's what I'm hearing, because people are trying to say, well, I didn't know what I was doing, or a lot of people were under energetic interference, meaning spell work, or under some type of dark influence. But at the end of the day, you still had opportunities to release yourself. Yeah, here's that spell work, the Magician card. You're the magician of your life. So ignorance is no defense. Wow, here's the Five of Swords again, hidden enemies, and you being an enemy to yourself. And with that Five of Swords, with the Magician card, that's very dark energy and dark interference. And some people will want to say, perhaps that might want to come back to your life, like, I wasn't myself, I was under an influence, or blame it on, even more primitively and practically, blame it on their past or their upbringing, or I wasn't healed. And to some degree, that is the truth. At some point in time, we all have needed healing. Some of us still do, and may always need healing from the things that we've experienced. But at what point in time is there accountability for your actions and your response to that need? Queen of Wands, like what did you do about it though? Because that's what matters. Like, yeah, and the Hierophant here, which is like secret society energy. Some people got in situations, and wrote checks that they ass couldn't cash, getting involved with organizations that were, diabolical by the wildest stretch of imagination, literally dark magicians and dark magic at play. Some people just got too caught up in the matrix. So there's one extreme and there's the other. Some people got too caught up in the matrix, society encouraging you to pursue success by these, inflated intentions for this, illusionary promise of return, and just being caught up in what you see other people doing, and how whatever the choices that you made to not just keep your head above water, but to actually jump ship in certain ways jump ship from, what was, how can I say it? Like, because I had no idea this energy. It's the tree. Blame the tree. Like I'm gonna just say it plainly. Some people got caught up in organizations in the light and in the dark. So that means in the dark, meaning in dark shadow energy, but also, like I said, in the matrix form, you just got caught up with companies, and organizations and establishments. Even religion itself could be that Hierophant card. You got so swept up in the religiosity of life that you actually sacrificed your spirit, that you lost tune and connection to your spirit for the sake of being a part of some collective, like a collective, what's the right word I'm trying to say? Like some social acceptance or congregation of sorts, and being socially acceptable in these confines of the matrix, that have been, and I'm saying the matrix not to be all like, ooh, but just to keep it plain, like the ways of society that we get swept away into that seem right, that seem like, this is the socially acceptable thing to do, societally acceptable thing to do, but in actuality, it's like self-sabotaging in a way. The thing that seems right, as it says in the Bible, isn't necessarily the righteous, And some people got swept up in these dark ideals about what spirituality is and what it isn't. Some people sacrificed their true spirit for this grandiose ideal that, I'm the master of my fate, and anything that I do to advance myself is justified because, I have the power to say so. But the universe is the ultimate power. The Most High, supreme source of all creation, is the ultimate power. And yeah, you do have the right to do whatever you want to do by your own free will. And the universe has the right to reverse those charges, and reverse that energy. Whatever you put out comes back to you. And here's the Eight of Cups here, where people are trying to get away from the things that they've subjected themselves to or connected themselves to. But my sense is that, man, if you're just trying to move away now, you still got hell to pay, literally. You still got some dues to pay to make it right. Like in the perfect world, you would be able to just turn around, repent, as they say, and be completely redeemed and recouped. And I think, in a lot of ways, there still is that hope, and if you have the faith for it. But this last trial of time in the past, 10 years to 12 years, I feel like was like an intensified era of trial and error, where we were all on trial in the sense that we didn't even know it for like the past 10 years. And we were all being tested to really see how we fare with the gifts that the universe wants to release now. These vibrations of power and authority and pure passion and prosperity that are coming through from this Eight of Wands card. That's the universe raining down these new influxes of power. And it had to test its inhabitants, I believe. I'm just flowing, but to see, what you would do with it. Everybody had a measure of potential that they were entrusted with. And, like in this Magician card, you were given all the tools that were divine to you. Now, you may have looked to the left and the right and felt like somebody had something different than you or more than you. But that in itself was a test. Like, what value did you recognize within yourself to see the power that you had in your own creativity? To take the resources that you were given, like the story of the talents in the Bible, you know, what did you do with those talents, those gifts? You know what I mean? What did you do with them? Did you use them for to be productive in the world? And if you only had one, you know, how did you sow that one pentacle? If you had 10, my God, what did you do with the 10? Because some most definitely appeared to have more than others, and the world card is under the deck again. Some definitely appeared to have more than others, but in actuality, each man was given the measure that was divined unto him, he or she, you know, and it was about what you did with it. If you had the 1, if you had the 10, at the end of the day, now that we're in this judgment and justice balancing that's going on in the earth, it's like now the creator is like, all right, what'd you do with what I gave you? And some people are like, I made a lot of money, 10 of Pentacles. You know, come on, bug, get out of here. I made a lot of money, you know. Yeah, but how did you make that money? On the backs of others, or did you do it with integrity? Some people may have only one pentacle to show for it, but it's like, well, all right, well, you got that one, and you may have lost a lot along the way, but what you didn't lose was your soul. And you'd be surprised at who is more blessed in the outcome of those scenarios. The one who has the most left, or the one who fought for all their might to maintain that one little gift that he had or she had. You know, he maintained it. He watered it. He nurtured it. He committed to it. He protected it above all else, and honored it, because the King of Wands knows his value. I'm sorry, the King of Pentacles knows his value. He honored that pentacle, as minimal, you know, as minuscule as it may have seemed. It was the honor and dedication that he maintained to it that actually proved its value, or pricelessness, you know, in a lot of senses, you know. And now it's like, okay, now that I see I can trust you with a little, now I can give you much, you know. Some people had a lot and didn't invest it well, you know. They made a lot of investments, and to them now at this stage and point in time, and they even found themselves in prominent positions, but when the Most High comes to collect, it's like, well, that's all fine and good for the earth, but what did you do for the spirit? What did you do for your own spirit? This is a 6 of Wands card, which is about victory and success moving forward, right up here under the King of Pentacles. As I said, someone that stayed in a spirit of peace and integrity, that stayed above the fray. Beat it. Stayed above the fray of competition and chaos and confusion that, like I said before, you could have easily have gotten swept away in. And some of us have gotten swept away at certain times. But how did you find your way back from this space and time? Did you continue to trick others and try to, you know, pull one over on people to get ahead, you know, to lie and cheat and steal to win at all costs? Or did you stay connected to your highest vibration to make the most out of whatever you were given? That's really the disparity between, you know, divine natures at this time. You know, really, what did you do with the energy that you possessed? Were you possessed by it, or did you produce from it? That's the question. 2 of Wands, your plan of action. Yeah, the Magician card. That's what it's under the Magician, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. What did you take, the higher road, or did you, you know, did you gain the whole world and lose your soul type of vibe? All right, bugs. I know I'm in your space, and I'm about to wrap it up. Hold on, I'm almost done. Just give me a second.
I was just focusing, taking deep breaths in and stuff, looking at the sun.
Oh, that's good.
And channeling my power.
Oh, good. You were sun gazing and meditating?
Yeah.
Well, by God, keep at it, son, please. Yep, and here's the Hermit card, and that's focusing inward as well. Speaking of which, that's following your inner light, letting your angels, your way showers, and your guides lead you in the right path, calling you to your highest vibration of creativity and you acting in that space. That's the higher road that I'm talking about. That no matter what the landscape around you looks like, you stay connected to that inner voice and follow that path. Hold on, sweets.
There's a reason why.
Oh, and that's the God honest truth. Look at this, the Ace of Swords. That's truth and clarity right there. Wait.
There's a reason why this.
There was one under here that I didn't see, and this is the lower octave of this here, and here's the Seven of Swords back in the deck. This is the lower octave where you were just balancing, juggling energy, maybe not even your own energy, definitely not taking accountability for your own creativity. In this sense, it's not always that, but this is sometimes I see juggling, sometimes I see struggling, and in this case, this is a struggle. Where you were given maybe even 2 talents, 2 gifts. And instead of you balancing those energies to create something holistically, you juggled it or other people's energy and didn't take the higher road. This Two of Pentacles is like an impoverished energy.
There's a reason why red is my favorite color.
Why is that?
Because of the power that I have.
Okay. This is the Three of Cups, which is about celebration. That's about that juggling energy. And this came up the other day, particularly with the masculine energy, misusing and mismanaging the feminine energy for diabolical manifestation purposes. That's a big no-no. If you were in that energy, you're going to have to pay the piper before you can be the piper. You have to. So let's see. There's one more card. Grandfather Tree has spoken.
Yes, sir.
Damn, I did not come here for this. I didn't know it was going to be like this. I thought we was just going to sit under the tree and hold hands. Yep. Doing too much for too little. Too much for too little. So I guess this is more so about past experiences and energy, and to beware of those returning in this vibration, although they may present themselves as the King of Swords, upright. They may even present themselves as the King of Pentacles, that have a whole bunch of wealth and, to seem on the surface to have a lot to offer. But you got to be careful of this energy here, because it's always looking to absorb more than it's looking to invest. This is a very small offer in the grand scheme of things, the Page of Pentacles. It can be, a reliable offer in certain circumstances, but from someone that's already in a greedy mentality, an overindulgent mentality, you would always have to look at that offer with a side eye, more or less, or a deeper dive, to make sure that they're not just looking to absorb your energy or manipulate your energy or possess more than what they're entitled to. Yeah, and those are to be rejected. Anything that is not pure is that Ace of Cups that hasn't come out, but that's usually what this implies, is that there's a rejection, because those energies aren't looking for real love. That when you're rejecting the Ace of Cups, you don't want pure passion, you don't want true love, you don't want divine partnership, you don't want creative collaboration. You just want to come up, you just want to monopolize on spiritual energy and to manipulate emotional vibrations for your own advancement ultimately. And that's a no-no in this day and age. And I guess it's just a warning that once upon a time this energy was viable, for you to just be rejecting love and all about the dollar and all about advancement and position and power in the most carnal sense. Wait a minute. But that that world card came up because that's the old way of living, that yielded results in a skewed sense. A lot of people thought that they were sitting on top of the world in that vibration, but come to find out they were actually at the bottom of the karmic wheel, or were soon to be, or are soon to be, if there's not a shift in that energetic force. Greed and holding back energy, as I said. When you're greedy and holding your energy off for yourself, not governing yourself accordingly, and you're in my light, move. It's okay to govern your own energy and be conservative with your energy, and be very what's the right word, selective with how you invest. That's all good. That's cool. But when you start to hoard all that you have and just looking around to see what you can take, but not really trying to make an even exchange, that's a one-way ticket to hell right now. Yeah. And there's everything in these cards is telling me that's enough. And the Emperor. All right. So I'm gonna leave it there, and then the Ace of Swords was right up under that, which is a double confirmation in this reading. 2 times has divine clarity come out to say, yeah, that's what I said. So if you are,
look.
I know, be careful. If you're in that energy,
but it's green. That's really cool.
If you're in that energy, you might want to release yourself from it. And if you are in opposition to that energy, continue to protect yourself, set healthy boundaries, and run every proposition for partnership, whether it be business, professional, personal, platonic, intimate, run it through a fine-tooth spiritual comb before you say yes to anything, because in this time everybody's looking to get connected to energy that is high vibrational, especially if they don't have it themselves to source from. So if you are indeed a source that's welling with the highest vibration, this kingpin energy here, if you're the one that's welling with that vibration of prosperity, productivity, and passion, and sovereign over your spirit, and divine alignment with your soul and mind, body, and spirit, then the best thing for you to do is not only to maintain that spirit of balance, but also to erect healthy boundaries, maintain those, enforce healthy boundaries, and be extremely discerning about who you allow yourself to be connected to, and what you allow your gifts to be invested into, and what investments you allow to be made into what you have to offer, into the energy that you possess. All right, ultimately. So that's that for today.
It is so, and so it is.
It is so, and so it is. I hope you enjoyed the energy of the tree, even if you weren't feeling what I had to say today. Let it be a healing.
And finna crawl on your phone.
I know. Let it be a healing vibration that transmits through this screen at this time. Like, this is like life right here.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And
that's gonna be something that civilized world peace.
okay, yeah. And the trees have been here long before us, and perhaps even long after us. So.
And they were even humans. That's how you think that tree got eyes. They opened the third eye.
And that's that on that. Let your first eye, remember?
Yep.
Be wide open to your surroundings, to your own self-awareness. Be clear about the gifts and the power that you possess. Most importantly, that it's as strong and vibrant and ancient and ethereal as these trees that we pass by every day and sometimes don't even acknowledge. But the majesty of this tree is, it's not even able to be captured in this screen, quite honestly. But I hope the vibration is transmittable, if nothing else. So anyway, that's it for today.
I can't really. I hope you guys can see me, because
we're
I
gonna
can't
go
really see
grab
myself.
some food and
from
enjoy
Mickey
the rest
D's.
of this hot day. So
Yep.
until next time.
Peace.